What up, Boxing World 12 Rounds TV? I'm back. Keith Thurman says he'll fight Errol Spence if Floyd Mayweather offers him $10 million. He can kiss that baby goodbye because it ain't gonna happen. You guys know Mayweather wants Errol Spence or wants Keith Thurman to fight Errol Spence. Now, I don't think Errol Spence would turn that down. Now, on the other hand, Spence is not the problem of why this fight isn't happening. It's Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman seems to not want to fight Errol Spence because, from what I understand, he doesn't want to go down to that level, fighting a very young guy. That's how Keith Thurman sees Errol Spence, like a very young kid, you know, that is a nobody yet. You know what I'm saying? That there's nobody yet. But you got a lot of Errol Spence fans out there, and that are actually saying that, you know, Keith Thurman not gonna have any chance, you know, against Errol Spence. Errol Spence is a knockout artist. He's a solid fighter, Olympic guy, young, very young. He is on the right track. You know, if he's trying to be the next Mayweather, he is on the right track to be the next pay-per-view sensation. He's got solid defense, solid punches. He's a tall kid, good attitude. Well, I don't see him being a trash talker. He actually thanked Lo Greco before they fought on the final press conference. That was also with Broner and Porter's final press conference. You know, he's a young kid. I hope his head doesn't grow, you know, to be like somebody like an a-hole. You know, right now he's a good guy. I mean, he's a good guy. Well, contrary to popular belief, a lot of people saying that Errol Spence needs to chat it up a little bit and talk some trash to kind of like boost up pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Because that's how people see it nowadays. You know, the more trash you talk, the better the ratings are going to be, the better the fights are going to be watched. I mean, it is what it is, whatever. But Errol Spence is a pretty humble dude, you know what I mean? He's a nice little young dude, you know what I mean? Yeah, he ain't there yet, but I don't know, man. You know, sometimes money ruins people, and it is the root of all evil, and it tends to get people's head blow up. Remember what happened to Broner? I mean, Broner, he started winning. You know, he's always been vocal, but Broner, and then the more he won, the money came, and the more he just got nasty. You know, his attitude just becomes horrendous. I don't know what happened to Broner, man. You know, yeah, I never liked Broner, you know, to be honest with you, but nothing personal against Broner. I never liked him because of how he treats his opponent, especially when he said those stuff to Molina on the post-fight, and how he treated and also trash talk to Maidana. But, you know, maybe that's just had to hype the fight up. Even what he did to Porter and Porter's dad, that actually Porter's dad refused to shake Broner's hand on the post-fight because of everything that Broner said, not only to him, but to the whole nation on the final press conference. You know, kind of like, you know, brought some family stuff about Porter and brought out, you know, financial situations of Porter and his dad, how they're living together, how money is being cashed by the dad, you know, money goes to the dad, Porter doesn't get to spend his own money. I mean, all the whole nine, you guys know the deal. So yeah, you know, Porter's dad was not too happy about that. That's why he didn't shake Broner's hand. But for some reason, Broner tends to shake his opponent's hand even after all the trash talking. The only thing that I don't remember him shaking somebody's hand was with Maidana, because I believe some people said that his jaw was broken, he was really hurt, and that he wasn't able to give a post-fight interview. But he did come to, I believe he did went to Maidana's corner. Can't remember. I think so. I think Broner did go to Maidana's corner after the fight and actually shook each other's hand, and I think Maidana rubbed Broner's head. I think it was something like that. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe Broner just wants to be funny, you know, just like a young kid. But, man, But lately, man, what Broner everybody's that's posting on social media is just not good. You know, it's ruining his career. You know, it's okay to be funny. It's okay to talk trash. It's part of the business, the boxing business, the boxing sport. It's part of it. But I think Broner sometimes he goes a little too far. You know what I mean? When he started talking about, like, for example, Porter's father, Porter's financial stuff. You know, cars, the girlfriends. I mean, you name it. He talked about everything. So I don't know. But some people like Broner, you know, because they wanted to see him win or they want to see him lose. You know, he's lost twice so far in his entire career, which is with Maidana and Porter, you know. But anyway, yeah, Thurman doesn't want to fight Errol Spence because I think that Thurman really thinks that Errol Spence is a nobody. Now, Thurman is currently undefeated, but he's not the greatest fighter out there. Like I said before, I'm not a big Keith one-time Thurman fan. I think he's a good, solid fighter. I don't necessarily think that he's the greatest out there. Well, I'd like to see him with, you know, with Kell Brook. I'd like to see him with Pacquiao. I'd like to see him with Floyd Mayweather, if that's even possible. And I'd like to see him with Errol Spence too, you know. I would, if I was Keith Thurman, I wouldn't not fight Errol Spence because I think he's young. I think because I think he's, you know, he's new in the game. I wouldn't treat him like that. I mean, Errol Spence is undefeated for a reason. He's an Olympic guy, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? And he's very humble, and you can tell his fights. He's a solid dude. You know what I mean? Solid dude. But now I don't, you know, I can't judge Errol Spence yet because, like I said, he has not been in the game that long. But I can't judge whether he is gonna be the next superstar per se, or the next pay-per-view sensation, pay-per-view king, so to speak. I can't do that yet because it's too early in the game. Now, this, I would say, Errol Spence is on the right track. You know what I mean? Keeps winning like that, knocking out people left and right. You know, who knows? I mean, but he is on the right track. Now, I don't agree with Keith Thurman not fighting Errol Spence because of that. I mean, we would love to see two young, undefeated fighters fight, right? It's all about it. I think Keith Thurman, you know, with all the BS aside, I think he's a little much afraid that Errol Spence might take that 0 losses away from him. You know, he might, if there's anybody right now, a couple people that might be able to give Keith Thurman his first loss would be Kell Brook, Keith Thurman, Mayweather, Pacquiao. I mean, those are a few people out there that could potentially give Keith Thurman his first loss. Now, Keith Thurman fights Amir Khan. Who knows, man? Like I said before, I would put my money on Keith Thurman just because play it safe. But, you know, Amir Khan is fully capable of beating Thurman. You know, it's anybody's game, right? I think Errol Spence is up for it, you know. Now, do I think Mayweather will actually give Keith Thurman $10 million just to fight Errol Spence? Heck no. Heck to the no. That's not going to happen. Keith Thurman sometimes, man, he talks like he's so big already, you know. Like just like how he taunted and insulted Amir Khan, calling him a cherry picker. He insulted and taunted Mayweather, calling him the biggest cherry picker also. And post-fight interview against Colossal when he called out Floyd Mayweather, I'm undefeated, come and get something like that, you know, not verbatim, but something of that nature. Now, I don't think that Keith Thurman is all of that yet. You know, I don't think he's the best fighter out there. I mean, he says that he has earned a shot with Mayweather, that he has proven himself. I mean, he's fought some of the best. I mean, some solid fighters, but not necessarily the best fighters, you know. He has won some impressive knockouts. But Keith Thurman, yeah, to be honest with you, people, I don't think Keith Thurman has really been tested yet. You know what I mean? You know, I like to see him fight a real solid fighter. Yeah. Kell Brook, like I said, Errol Spence, Mayweather, or Pac. You know, now all of those fighters that I mentioned, I think one or two possible opponents could be, but that would be only Kell Brook or Errol Spence. I don't think he'd be fighting Keith Thurman, Pacquiao or Mayweather anytime soon. But who knows? You know, I think Keith Thurman is wrong of saying he'll only fight Errol Spence if Mayweather offers him 10 million. Come on, man. Come on, dude. You're not that big of a pay-per-view sensation yet. You're not that big of a superstar yet, Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? You know, you're still an upcoming. You know, regardless if you got 20-some KOs, 90% KOs, you're not that big of a deal yet. A lot of people know you now, but you're not that big of a deal, especially that fight against Colosso. It wasn't that impressive at all. Everybody knows now he's got a weak gut. He almost go down there. Almost. But you gotta give it to Keith Thurman. He manned up, he sucked it up, and continued to fight. But man, he's not that solid of a fighter, you know. So anyway, let me see. What else is said over here? I'm not gonna read you guys all this BS stuff over here. Well, I'll read you guys some stuff. He says, that boy, Errol Spence, don't want it in the near future. His uncle Floyd, who adopted him, told him to state that statement. If he really wanted to state that statement, he wouldn't have stuttered. So let's just be honest, all right? He's a young, talented young fighter. I sound like Floyd right now, right? Question mark. Floyd wants me to fight a young man, someone my age. He don't want me to beat upon the elderly. The best ever is to be extinct. Let's wave goodbye to the old man. I look forward. He's, Errol Spence, going to get that fight as long as he's here. He hasn't fought a B-class fighter. He keeps fighting this 1 week replacement, this C and last minute replacements. Go ahead and fight Diego Chavez. Go ahead and fight Luis Collazo. Go ahead and fight any ex-world champion I've fought before you say my name out of your mouth. Ooh, Keith Thurman. Man. You know, we all know Keith Thurman always got some words. You know, it's not going to change. It's not about to change, especially now that he's undefeated. But hey, Keith Thurman's gut is in question. Like I said, Keith Thurman grew a lot and learned a lot from his previous fights, and we saw some stuff there against Colosso that he has not done before, which is the eluding, jabbing, kind of like as a matter of fact, it was more than eluding. You know what I mean? It was like really running. Actually, I was like hoping that Colosso would just stay in one corner because Keith Thurman was really, really freaking running. Anyway, that's just my opinion though. So, to end this video, let me ask you guys something. Should Keith one-time Thurman fight Errol Spence? Do you think Errol Spence has fought yet any B-class fighters? Do you think Errol Spence is ready for Keith Thurman? Do you think Errol Spence would win against Thurman? Is Keith Thurman wrong for saying Mayweather should offer him $10 million to fight Errol Spence? More to me, like he cares more about the money than the fight. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. And thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Please subscribe. Peace.